If you're a big swim team and you like to order a lot of gear, maybe you ought to check out Swim Outlet Team Division for these reasons. Swim teams receive a 10% discount on bulk orders. Swim teams or organizations get an 8% commission on referred sales. You'll also like their customization services, which is affordable and available at all times during the year for all team gear. With over 50,000 items in stock, you can get most anything you want. Swim Outlet Team Division. You need to try it out. You'll be glad you did.
Welcome everyone to the Morning Swim Show for Thursday, January 16th, 2014. I'm your host, Jeff Cummings. On today's show in the Finis Monitor, we will talk to Georgia Tech Jr. Andrew Kosic. He recently had a great meet against Louisville, which earned him our Performance of the Week award, and that meet no doubt has given him more motivation for the ACC Championships next month. And joining me now via Skype from Atlanta is Andrew Kosic. Andrew, it's good to see you. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing excellent, thanks. So how's the spring semester going so far?
It's off to a good start so far. We started classes last Monday, so just getting used to the class schedule and still hitting the water hard.
So when you start school again, and when you started last week, I guess they don't give you any time to get back into it. It's like it's not like September. You're pretty much just going full bore right at the start.
Yeah, this is like the hardest part of our training. This is winter training, so not much time to just get used to the classes. It's full classes and full swimming schedule.
And you're majoring in chemical and biomolecular engineering. So what gravitated you towards that major?
I was always good at chemistry and math in high school. Then I kind of like researched some different majors, and ultimately I went with chemical engineering. I'm happy with my choice. I enjoy it, although it is pretty difficult.
I'm sure it is. Every time I talk to an engineer on the show, they never say it's an easy major.
Yeah.
So when you talk about jobs, possible jobs for someone in your major field, what would a chemical engineer pursue as a job?
A lot of chemical engineers go into the oil industry, either in drilling or refining. This summer I have an internship with Marathon Petroleum at a refinery. So a lot of chemical engineers go in that path, or like chemical manufacturing, or you see even some go into completely different paths, like pursuing a business career or finance and stuff. So really you have a lot of options.
So it sounds like maybe a chemical engineer is the one who, do you design those oil platforms that are out in the middle of the ocean?
Yeah, part of it. I know a lot of mechanical engineers are involved in that too, but designing like the equipment and the pipes in those on the oil rigs and in the refineries.
Well, at least you're a swimmer, so you won't feel uncomfortable being out there in the middle of the water. Yeah, because it just seems like a lot of those people. I actually know somebody who worked on an oil rig, and he wasn't a swimmer, so he was very uncomfortable for a while being out in the middle of nothing but water.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about swimming here. You just had a dual meet against Louisville, swam very well, earned our Performance of the Week, so congratulations on that. You were up against two of the top sprinters in the country, João DeLuca and Carol Blondell, in that 50 and the 100 freestyle. You tied with DeLuca in the 50 free, and then you came back and raced him again in the 200 free relay, 20.12, which, correct me if I'm wrong, that's your fastest in-season time, correct?
Yes, it is.
So you must have been pretty pumped to turn around and see that.
Yeah, I was really happy. After my individual 50 freestyle, my sprint coach, Eric Stefanski, he told me if I tightened up my turn, that would have been a 20.1. So I worked on doing that in the relay, and he was right.
Yeah, there's so much that just one little thing in a 50 free can mean the difference between 20.1 and 20.3. It's amazing sometimes how one little thing, like tightening a turn, or making sure that the breath comes at the right moment. I mean, do you even breathe on a 50-yard free?
I try not to.
So that's probably a lot of training of no breathers.
Yeah, a lot of hypoxic work.
Well, speaking of training, did you guys stay in Atlanta for your holiday training, or did you get to go anywhere?
We went to, I think it was Coral Springs, Florida. So we were training there. We had a dual meet with Florida International and Florida Atlantic.
Okay, so that's not too far from Atlanta. Some people get to go to really far away from
Yeah.
school, but I guess when you're that close to Florida, I guess it's it's a nice option.
Yeah.
Now, the ACC Championship, as I said, is next month. 1974 is your lifetime best. You got sixth last season in the 50 free. What's it going to take to get you on the top of the podium?
I just have to, as you said before, hit all the little things right in the race. I'm confident in the training that we've had so far. We've had a lot of good speed and power work in, so I'm pretty confident with that. So I just need to work on hitting the small things right in the race, like a good start, good breakouts and turn. So I think if I do that right, I could go pretty fast.
Well, you've been doing pretty well all season. The Louisville meet just kind of really highlighted how well you've been doing this season. What has been the biggest change for you that's allowing you to have this breakout year?
I think this is my first year working with sprint coach Eric Stefanski. He came from North Carolina. So I think that's had a lot to do with it. This is my first year ever doing doubles of training. Past 2 years in high school, we only had one practice a day. So I think that little extra volume and more time has helped me. And then also, I've been doing a lot more power work than I ever have. The power towers and resistance bands and that sort of stuff. So I think that's really had a positive effect on my swimming.
Well, it's really interesting. You didn't do doubles at all previously at Georgia Tech?
No, my previous coach, we just had one. It was a little bit longer practice in the afternoon. But yeah, we did not swim in the morning. We just we lifted weights a little bit later at 7:30, but we never swam in the morning.
So I imagine doing, I guess, the extra yardage now, do you feel more sore, more broken down than you ever have been?
Definitely in the beginning of the year. The first half of the season, I was pretty much sore from the first week up until mid-season. Just adjusting to the increased volume and the doubles, and we were lifting harder in the weight room and going harder with other dry lands. So it was a little bit of adjustment at first, but I think I've become more used to it, and it hasn't made me as sore.
In addition to the 50 free, you also swam the 100 back last season. Are you going to also swim that in the championship season, or are you switching things up?
I'm not quite sure at this point. I'm still kind of keeping that middle day open. It'll probably either be the 100 back, 100 fly, or 200 free.
Those are a lot of good options. Just don't do that double. A lot of people do the 100 fly, 100 back double, and some of them say they regret it. It's not easy to do, especially if you have to come back and do the 800 free relay.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
That'll be rough.
Well, Andrew, I know you got to get to class, but before we let you go, we're going to submit you to our final 5. These are 5 questions we ask all of our guests on the show. Okay. First question is, if you could change the order of strokes in the individual medley, how would you change it?
Ooh. I like the fly up front just because that's the hardest stroke to do. And then I'd probably put breaststroke second just to get out of the way. Then I'll probably end with back and then free.
Okay. Outside of the field of chemical engineering, what's a career or job that you would like to pursue? You think you would like to pursue?
I've always kind of wanted to teach. I think that would be really cool to do. Both my parents are teachers, and I just think it would be really fun to be a teacher. Maybe when I'm retired from chemical engineering.
There you go. You can come back to Georgia Tech and be a chemical engineering professor.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of that, what's a career or job you would not like to do?
Probably being a doctor. I don't like blood and looking inside a body or something. I don't think I'd be able to do that, be a surgeon. I get kind of queasy around blood.
I understand that.
Yeah.
If you could change or add any of the rules in the swimming rule book, what would it be?
Hmm. That's a tough one. Hmm. Maybe something. Maybe something with like a butterfly turn, being able to like just do a straight flip turn or something. Just because I've never been good at open turns, but I can't really think of anything there.
Yeah, flip turns on butterfly. That's
Yeah.
a first. I've never.
Not even touch the ball, just be able to like flip like you would in freestyle.
Okay. Last question, Andrew. Where do you like to go for vacation?
Um, we've always gone, or my family's always gone to like somewhere in the Carolinas, South Carolina or North Carolina. And I've also been to Florida a few times. Both of those are nice places to vacation, just get away a little bit.
Okay, yeah, very good place to go. Well, Andrew, thanks so much for joining us today. Congratulations on all the success you're having. We're looking forward to ACCs.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, have a good rest of the season.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
All right, so that's our show for today. Be sure to go to swimmingworld.com for all the latest news in aquatic sports. Like us on Facebook as well, and follow us on Twitter. I'm Jeff Cummings. Thanks for watching.